So 2025 barely started and things are getting really wild. I was taking a look into this article over here. Malaysia to resume search for flight 10 years after it disappeared, our responsibility. So they say this was from December 20th, just a couple of days ago. And I was like, why are they going to resume search for this flight now? The same precise moment that we have a bunch of drones and alien orbs swarming across the world. I was like, it has to be a coincidence, right? Then I came across this Twitter account. It seems that this guy has been dedicating his entire life for a couple of years now to solving and investigating one of the biggest aviation mysteries in the world, which would be the Malaysian airplane that went missing 10 years ago. And if his research is correct, that would mean that the Malaysian airline that went missing...
So what do you see on...
It's a plot. Unidentified plot.
may have something to do with the drones and alien orbs that we're seeing right now.
Mira. ¿Qué pedo? Tak predsa len prišli mimozemšťania na SMPčku.
And also would possibly have something to do with the 20-something scientists that were inside that airplane, and they were possibly about to make some major breakthrough into some technology that's being hidden and kept from us all this time.
And then they would have the UFO type craft which we built from technology we were given, and it runs, and the equipment that's there is run on free energy.
Certainly aerospace corporations have knowledge in the UAP area.
And of course that would shift the world as we know it, maybe for the better, maybe for the worst. And this is possibly why it went missing. So let's dig deep into this, because this is wild. And let's start with the basic. So this is a video coming in from Random Facts The World on TikTok. It explains quite well what happened to the airplane that went missing.
Most people don't know how this massive aircraft filled with 239 people mysteriously vanished off the face of the earth. The famous Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 took off from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia at 12 a.m. in March of 2014 on what was supposed to be a normal 6-hour flight to Beijing. The plane had 2 pilots, 10 flight attendants, and 227 passengers on board. Things were going as normal for Flight 370 as it was traveling up the Gulf of Thailand. 38 minutes after takeoff at 1 a.m., the Malaysian Air Traffic Control told the pilots to switch over to Thailand's radio transmission as the plane was entering Thailand's airspace. Because this was the normal procedure, the pilots agreed and wished the Malaysian Air Traffic Control a good night. Shortly after this communication, the plane took an odd right turn and then an extremely harsh left turn. Before they ever got in contact with Thailand's air traffic control, the plane was now under neither country's radar, making it harder to detect by satellite. From here, the plane started heading southeast back over Malaysia without ever being detected by either the Malaysian or Thailand air traffic control.
And then you got this quick analysis coming from Sinisterhood podcast, which brings up some interesting facts about the plane when it went missing.
These would be the last words recorded from the flight. It was 1:19 a.m. 3 minutes later at 1:21 a.m., the plane was near its assigned navigational waypoint when its transponder was turned off. Once the switch was flipped, MH370 disappeared from civilian air traffic control radar.
This is a huge red flag. You want to be able to be seen by civilian ATC because they're the ones telling you, hey, where to go, what to do. If something, you need to be seen. That's a big part of it, is to be seen. If you want to be seen.
Yeah.
At 1:25 a.m., MH370 was picked up by military radar. The path that flew next deviated greatly from its flight plan. Even so, the path was neatly aligned, which indicated a highly skilled pilot behind the controls.
Interesting.
The plane had flown northwest above the Strait of Malacca.
So, wait, so it's possible that either the pilot was very skilled, and this is, by the way, his YouTube channel, which is amazing.
Community service.
People actually found this.
A lot from YouTube and forum.
He's teaching people how to tune aircon to save electricity. So apparently this guy he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. He's an experienced pilot. So either this guy was flying the airplane at this moment, or somebody else with a lot of experience had taken control.
Sharp left turn, heading south in what investigators later termed
The final major turn.
while the initial announcements of the missing plane were made by the Malaysian government on March 8th at around 7:30 a.m., the plane was still in the air.
Yeah, what's really weird about this is that apparently one day after this happened, one day after the plane went missing, people's phones were still ringing. They were still working. Let's take a look at this. So I found this one over here. Call to passenger's phone gets through. A mother was in shock when her call to her son's phone got through 8 months. 8 months? After he disappeared aboard the missing Malaysia airplane, she said she had been calling her son's phone since the very first day that he went missing, but this was the first time that her call was connected. Oh my. 8 months later, that would mean that his phone was recharged, full battery. This is weird, but the deeper we go into this, the stranger it gets. A few days later after the plane went missing, there was a press conference, and this is what was said during that press conference. Pay very close attention.
Our radar, this is secondary radar. And nothing at all.
I'm not even what about the military radar? Okay, thank you. The last plot, after several intermittent primary plot, there's a last plot that happened at 0215, flight level 295, 200 miles northwest of Penang. Okay, we are corroborating this, okay? Corroborating this. 0215. I'm not saying this is MH 370, okay? It is. We are still corroborating this. We are still working with the experts.
So what are you saying it was?
Sorry?
You don't know what it was?
No.
So what do you see on
It's a plot. It's a plot. Unidentified plot.
An unidentified blob. And apparently he says there was more than one blob. So apparently whatever it is that they saw on radar, they saw the same thing that was supposedly portrayed in this video of these mysterious orbs surrounding this airplane, which a lot of people to this day believe it is fake because it was supposedly debunked because of a special effect or something like that, which is possible. Of course it's possible. But there seems to be new evidence that people are pointing out that maybe this video wasn't fake after all. But we're going to get into that and why this is possibly one of the biggest cover-ups. So this Twitter account says that he solved the case of this missing airplane. But before we take a look into everything that he has posted here and all the evidence, we must understand a video that was posted to the internet a few days or weeks after the plane went missing. So around May 2014, a user by the name of Regicide posted this video to YouTube and Vimeo. Check this out. So there's a few curious things about this video. We can see these orbs that start surrounding the airplane. We can see a mouse cursor. We can also see what appears to be letters on the bottom left. This suggests that whatever this thing is, it's someone recording a screen. In a few seconds, the airplane is going to disappear into thin air. So yeah, that's weird, right? There's also this second video over here, which was supposedly taken by a drone. We can see the same thing happening here. I think this is a thermal camera. We can see the trail, the airplane's trail. It kind of suggests that it's possibly on fire, I'm not sure. And we can see the trail, the orbs trails. Look at that. So what was supposedly debunked by a series of YouTubers is this precise moment over here, where the airplane goes missing. This explosion effect, or what is believed to be a visual effect. The only thing about it is that every explosion is very similar. Of course, at the time, a lot of people thought that this was fake, that this was CGI, and so did I. I have so much technology nowadays, and why wouldn't someone make a fake video of it just for the views, right? But this is until all of these videos of these mysterious drones and orbs started popping up all over the world.
Pero mira que le mete luz, venga, míralo aquí, vea.
Pues hay que echarle ojo a ver qué
Véngalo acá, rápido, míralo acá.
Wyskoczyła, zobaczyłem drona w końcu, chciałem. Nie mam kurwa zielonego pojęcia.
Look at the alien. No. There's no alien. There's the alien vision. What is it? Look at them. They moving in circles at the top. See, the formation on the right, and then they got another formation in the middle, and another formation on the left.
And I started going into this guy's Twitter account and taking a deep look into all of the things that he had to say about the plane. And the deeper I went, the scarier it got.
They show smoke coming out of the back of the plane, consistent with the fire.
So what happened to this plane? What are these orbs? Are they alien? Are they human?
Thing inside those orbs. I think they're autonomous balls of plasma. And if we have that technology, there's a lot of tough questions are going to be asked, like, where did we get this technology? How long have we been hiding this technology? What does this mean about our reality?
Are they our technology? And where was the plane sent to? So here we have a video that was posted to YouTube by Shineyatic account titled The Military Twitter Voicemail.
On the 13th of March, a Twitter user named Tyler uploaded a video about a mysterious voicemail he received. I'm gonna play the video for you and then go through his posts. Pay close attention.
Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, India, Tango, India, Sierra, Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra.
The message in the voicemail appears to be sent through something called the phonetic alphabet. It is often used by the military or police forces to spell out a message when talking over the radio when it is too hard to understand what is being said. Basically, taking the first letter of each word should spell out a message, and Tyler figured this out.
So this guy, Tyler, he finds out that this is a code, a military code, and he says it literally translates to danger, SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate, be cautious, they are not human. SOS, danger, SOS. And then it gives coordinates. I am throwing my phone away. Then he continues. Wait, what are the coordinates? Someone asks. And he says, someplace on the coast of Indonesia. I don't even know. The thing is, up until this moment, he didn't know, or actually no one knew, that this had anything to do with the Malaysian airplane.
Later on, Tyler receives a message from a user with a seemingly random name and in a different language. When translated, the message turns into, "End the post you just shared about the recording on your phone." Tyler then posted, "Okay, I'm sitting in my car right in front of my house in my car, and this guy started taking pictures of my house with flash. Then he walked away. Literally, what? It's 3 AM, I am going to tonight. Also, I should probably include that this happened a few days ago before I got that voicemail. I really am about to go into hiding."
I would understand why. I'm not sure if this is real though. Let's take a look at what Shineyatic found out.
Soon after, a user named Uzumaki came up with a pretty interesting theory. This is what it says. Pay close attention that there's an S right before danger, meaning that the recording is on a continuous loop, is not a message set to play once it goes to voicemail. Also, someone pointed out that the coordinates given are very close to where the Malaysian airplane went down. What if you're hearing the black box recording? That's why it's an SOS and save our ship. It was trying to warn us.
Okay, wait. This gives me really bizarre vibes, the same vibes that we got from that lady in the airplane.
Telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
Okay, so this is one of the weirdest cases ever when it comes to strange things that happen in planes. So what's really weird about this video is that after it went viral, police released a body cam talking to her. She really seemed distressed and no one could find out who she was.
Do not let that flight leave. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
And then articles started popping up that she was Tiffany Gomez, the not real lady. But this would be her. A lot of people think that she did that as a viral marketing campaign to grow her account on social media, which is really possible. But there's a lot of people who don't see similarities between her and pictures of her and the woman on the airplane. There's a lot of people also who believe that this entire thing was a cover-up to hide the fact that a woman saw someone in the airplane that wasn't real or possibly not human, which would make things bizarre. But anyways, after Tyler posted this strange voicemail to Twitter, he began receiving messages from people, and he wasn't the only one getting these strange voicemails on his phone.
Another user by the name of Kai tweeted in response to Tyler, "I got the same thing when my boyfriend called me and he couldn't hear it, but I could." The message in Kai's voicemail translates to "not human," followed by a number and then SOS. A YouTuber tried calling the number and got this result.
It's an emergency. Hang up and dial 911. For directory assistance, hang up and dial 411. For difficulty making or completing calls, hang up and dial *611. For alternate billing of a call, hang up and dial 1-800-COLLECT. Announcement 15. Switch to 8-6.
What?
Although the result looks interesting, there are quite a few comments debunking this. These are coordinates. I have seen messages like this before, it's pretty normal. Also completely normal that it hangs itself up.
But Tyler continued on getting these strange messages on his phone, and from one specific Twitter user who wrote, "Warning, they are coming."
A video was also posted containing the same pattern as seen in previous voicemails. The message in this one translates to "Emergency 41818. What all these posts have in common is the numbers at the end, 41818.
So when I first saw this video in 2018, I thought it was fake. But with all this that's going on with the orbs and drones right now, warning, they are coming, it kind of makes sense. But what and who are they talking about?
Moving on, another user posted this.
But wait a minute, the more Shineotic digs into this, the more he finds these cryptic accounts with a bunch of numbers. This really reminds me of one of the videos that I posted recently of a YouTube channel full of these cryptic numbers and all that, and the Cicada 3301 mystery. It's kind of weird, not sure if this has anything to do with it. So Tyler continues on getting these bizarre messages on his phone, and at some point I started thinking that this is just an ARG or it's fake. But then some of these messages are QR codes, and these QR codes translate into websites. And Shineotic went into these websites and found out they were people trying to solve the Malaysian airline mystery. This was way before anyone was actually into any information about it.
The third QR code leads us to this picture. The account also uploaded 2 pictures, one containing a YouTube link. Upon copying,
oh my
it will
gosh,
lead us to this video.
again.
Notice the date in the title.
Oh my gosh, this is the YouTube account that it led to. This reminds me very much of this account in which I did a video about. Now, what I really like about Shineotic is that these are all encrypted videos. There's possibly a lot of messages here. It could be related to Cicada 3301 or something else, or possibly to the missing Malaysian airplane. But the thing is, Shineotic came to the conclusion this is possibly something to divert the attention. It's endless clues that keep popping up. And I kind of agree with him. What I do think is that the voicemail in itself was very interesting, and the message, "they are not human," keeps popping up all throughout Shineotic's investigation. It's not just in the voicemail. Taking all of this into consideration with what's happening right now with the orbs and the drones and the Malaysian airplane that went missing, it could mean that there's some sort of twisted connection between all of these things, and that we're possibly dealing with alien technology. But the question is, why now? Where are these alien orbs coming from? And what happened to the Malaysian airplane? Where are those people? So let's just say that there's something really shady going on here, and that possibly the video of the orbs and the airplane are real. So I found this post on Reddit. Wing flap debris found was confirmed by Malaysia to be from MH370 with the part numbers to prove it, right? But then someone left this very interesting post over here stating that you cannot identify an airplane part by the part number. It has to be a serial number, and that was not the case. So this guy says if they have part number and serial number, it can be traced to the exact aircraft. However, it was just the part number, so he says that it could be from any 777 and not just MH370. So it's possible that they never found any debris, which would be very strange. And then you got these guys on Reddit and Twitter debunking the debunkers that the videos that were posted of the orbs surrounding the airplane are not fake. Not only that, they seem to have information in them to suggest that this was screen recorded from a satellite and a very sophisticated military system. This is what they found out. That in the video you can actually see that it's cropped, the information is cropped with this tag over here. And this suggests that this was the satellite that was recording this video. It was launched in 2006. This is its route, very close by to where the airplane was last seen. You also have Ashton Forbes posting the same thing. National Reconnaissance Office launch of the space-based infrared system in 2006. The mouse at 24 frames per second versus the background being at 6 frames per second is proof of cropped screen recording via Citrix session.
We are looking at that satellite video. We can tell that they are doing a screen recording. It's not somebody who's got a camera who's filming the screen like I would be doing here. That's one of the earliest details that I noticed. And so when the sleuths on social media found out that this was a Citrix session logged into a database because of the mouse is at 24 frames per second that we see in the satellite video, and it comes off the top right of the screen and goes off to the bottom left of the screen, indicating they're looking at a much larger field of view, but they're cropped it down. We're moving the drone so that we wouldn't see that. We're moving other information from it. And I was going, wait a minute, I've got like a psychological profile for the person who would have leaked this. It would have to be a
what?
Personnel. They would be a patriot, most likely, that wants to tell the world. They remove the HUD data and all this other sensitive information. They leaked the first video, thinking that maybe the world will pick up on that first video and they don't even need to leak the second one. And then when we ignore that, they drop the second video. It's in perfect synchronization. Now you've got absolute proof. We've got coordinates. We've got 2 different videos. So I started Googling, looking up people. It took me about 2 weeks because it's really hard to find some of this information that goes back, especially 7 or 8 years or more. And then I run across Lieutenant Commander Edward Sealand.
Oh my gosh.
9.999% sure this is the guy.
So apparently this guy was arrested 1 week after the video was leaked to the internet, and his lawyer stated that he did not commit any crime because the information that he supposedly was arrested for was available on the internet. In other words, the video that was leaked.
His lawyer is on the record saying that the investigation into him began April 2nd, 2014, the next month after the plane disappeared.
Yeah.
And that's when I went, oh boy, like this is a very narrow window of time. The defense lawyer argued that the classified information in question is available on the internet, which if it's not these videos, why were they trying to get him?
It's bizarre, isn't it? So this is, for instance, the website and the link to the website where people got this idea that the video was actually a screen recording of a Citrix session. This guy goes deep into this. He explains detail by detail into why this is, with links and all that, into why this is a Citrix session recording. But there are some questions here. Why did the plane divert from its path before these orbs showed up? So apparently there were lithium-ion batteries inside the MH370, and this is completely prohibited because if they catch on fire, it's impossible to put it out. So apparently there were 2 contained lithium-ion batteries amounting to a total of 221 kilos of lithium-ion batteries inside that airplane. That's really odd, isn't it? And here you have Ashton kind of explaining what happened.
At 1719 UTC, the pilot says, "Good night, Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. Around 1721 UTC, a lithium-ion battery fire explosion occurs and is seen by Mike McKay on an oil rig 300 miles away. He sees fire for 5 to 10 seconds. 9 witnesses along the coast hear loud noises at the same time. The plane goes dark. At 1730 UTC, there's a communication with another pilot who hears the voice of one of the pilots of MH370. At the same time, 8 fishermen on a boat 10 miles off the coast see the plane flying unusually low, consistent with a depressurization emergency event attempting to provide oxygen for the passengers. The Malaysian Minister of Defense claims the plane was not identified, but admits they knew it was a non-hostile civilian airliner. The plane flies over Langkawi at 1752 UTC when the co-pilot's cell phone pings a cell tower. The plane doesn't land either due to the fire or because they have communicated a rendezvous point. The plane continues to the Nicobar Islands until around 1840 UTC when a witness, KT, sees a glowing orange plane with dark smoke coming out of it. This is consistent with the crew battling the lithium battery fire with halon fire suppression devices, releasing bromine, a halogen gas. Soon after, the videos begin. They show smoke coming out of the back of the plane consistent with the fire. The plane is descending in the videos consistent with an intercepted, Chinese-only reported communication that claims the plane was attempting an emergency landing and disintegrating. The plane's altitude is low in the videos, as proven by the cumulus clouds that only form between 1,000 and 5,000 feet, also consistent with the witness's sighting.
So one may ask the question, where was the plane taken to? And, well, apparently there was a lot of people talking about the possibility of the plane being taken to Diego Garcia Island.
Airlines MH370 end up on this mysterious island. If you comb the Indian Ocean, you might come across a mysterious 14-kilometer military island called Diego Garcia. What is interesting is that on March 18th, a photograph surfaced on the internet, supposedly originating from an IBM employee named Philip Wood, and that took the internet by storm. Because just 10 days ago, Philip Wood supposedly disappeared, along with Malaysia Airlines MH370. Now you might be thinking, what does a photo have to do with Diego Garcia? But, you see, internet sleuths started to pull apart the data from the photo. The exchangeable image file format of the image revealed that the photo was taken on March 18th on the island of Diego Garcia, leading many to think that there's more to the MH370 story.
So this is weird, but wait. If people were calling their relatives days, weeks after, months after the plane went missing, this would mean that there was a phone signal, and Ashton and other internet users started tracking this, and this is what they found. So this guy says, it's nice to see other researchers thinking outside the box and looking towards the Maldives and Diego Garcia, the only 2 places you can make a phone call out there. And this is wild. Look at that. So wow, this is impressive. So this is also something that was pointed out by Ashton. In this video, you can see that the flash that occurs when the plane goes missing can be seen being reflected on the clouds. In this precise moment, here, take a look at that. Because a lot of people thought that the clouds were fake, that the video was fake. But if it is, it was really, really well done. There's also a deleted Reddit account that explains who were the people, the scientists inside the airplane, and this is quite important. So Ashton, like many others, believe that the plane was possibly warped to somewhere else using advanced alien technology because the 20 scientists that were inside were on the verge of a breakthrough when it comes to zero-point energy. And this makes me wonder, all of this drone and alien orbs thing, it all started with a bunch of UFOs hovering very close by to nuclear reactors all over the world. I've been mapping these, and if you've been following my channel, you know what I'm talking about. There's also reports of people working these nuclear reactors stating the same thing. So it seems that there's an eerie connection between these alien orbs and this new technology that we're on the verge of discovering. Maybe AI, maybe quantum computing, or zero-point energy.
You have to ask yourself, what Pandora's box would a new physical insight potentially open? But fundamental physics as opposed to, condensed matter or...
Right. Certainly aerospace corporations have knowledge in the UAP area that specifically are sequestered by against FOIA.
There are people who have been experimenting with zero-point energy or try to tap zero-point energy for years. Every once in a while someone will do it accidentally. They'll call it cold fusion, but I don't think it's cold fusion. I just think it's a zero-point energy tap. Except for 3 people that I know, no one has been able to control it. When it happens for a short period of time, and it's almost always destructive. It's a coupling of the device with the energy that permeates space.
And what's interesting is that Ashton Forbes believes that these drones, these orbs that were surrounding the Malaysian airplane were plasmoids or something like that.
Inside those orbs, I think they're autonomous balls of plasma. And if we have that technology, there's a lot of tough questions are going to be asked, like, where did we get this technology?
This is also what Dana Kippel has been talking about on her TikTok account for a while, and she's also trying to explain the orbs that we're seeing right now all over the world.
Posited that these drones are actually chasing the plasmoids, that the drones are not plasmoids, and I 100% agree. Okay, plasma is the fourth state of matter. It is in plasma balls, it is lightning, it is ionized gas that creates fluorescence when the electrons are flurrying around the nucleus and they're free, which is in the aurora borealis, lightning, fluorescent light, neon lights. Plasma is also the sun and any star. There are several theories that plasma is intelligent, including the intelligent plasma hypothesis. This is Dr. Massimo's book about consciousness and plasma. So basically these plasmoids have literally been studied by the government since the 50s.
Then we got this video coming from Alex Collier, a pilot, and he talks about the Diego Garcia airport and how they have been testing alien technology for some time. It was posted way before all of this happened to the Malaysian airplane.
Diego Garcia Island.
Diego Garcia Island, there's a base there, Pine Gap. Diego Garcia Island, there's anti-gravity anomalies there, and this is how they were able to blow a lot of equipment into space without using rockets, and then they would have the UFO-type craft which we built from technology we were given.
Interesting how the Diego Garcia Island is mentioned as if it's some sort of island from the Lost TV series, full of magnetic anomalies. It would make sense if there were 20-something scientists inside the Malaysian airplane and they had knowledge of these alien technologies. It's kind of weird, possibly far-fetched, but quite a coincidence. So here's what we know for now. The orbs and drones are showing up all over the world. It started a couple of months ago, and it first started happening above nuclear reactors. Now this could be because we're on the verge of developing new technologies such as AI, quantum computing, and maybe these drones or orbs are showing up because it could be used for nefarious reasons. And maybe these orbs showed up and teleported the MH370 to somewhere else, possibly because the scientists that were inside that airplane we're also on the verge of discovering this new technology. And again, if this technology is used for nefarious reasons or falls into the wrong hands, it's not a good thing. And this is what I understand that the whistleblower that contacted Ashton also is stating.
We have had this since the 1960s, and from that first day we have used it to make sure that no one else can have it. The big breakthrough to apply the tech as we do today came in the beginning of the 2000s with quantum computers, and by this, the paradigm for AI technology. There are endless applications, and the truth is that it would change the world in an instant. But that won't happen. I bet yourself, or at least most of your audience, have heard a version of the story that the aliens are here and they want to bless us with new, clean, and revolutionary technology, but we are a too young and rowdy civilization and would not be able to be responsible enough with the gifts from them. That's probably made up, but that is at the same time completely true. It's just not aliens saying this. It's us again. The technology is infinite in its power, and if two rivaling parties had access to it, this world wouldn't last a day.
So there's still a couple of questions here. Where are the orbs coming from? Are they alien? Are they human technology? And will humans actually be able to achieve this zero-point energy or this advanced technology without using it for nefarious reasons? We're apparently at this point in time right now which we have to make a choice as a society. Do we evolve and achieve this amazing technology, able to revolutionize the world for the better, or not? What do you think about all of this? Is it too far-fetched? Did the MH370 just dip into the ocean and disappear forever and this is all just sci-fi? Leave a comment, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, smash that notification button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, maybe?